What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Here we are with another reaction. In this, we have neo-Nazis march through Melbourne. I'm very interested in diving into this because lately I've seen so much March for Australia. A lot of Australians are saying they're fed up with the way things are. You have this group and talking about the March for Australia, and you have another group labeling them as racist, like calling them names. And so you got two different groups. Neither of them are listening to each other. But I don't know if these are like actually like this video. I don't know if they actually are like neo Nazis or just fed up Australians. So we're about to dive in and find out. But yeah, from videos that I've seen lately, it just feels like there's this divide that's happening in so many countries. But Australia sounds like it's one of them where you have a group of people that are fed up and don't like the way things are going, and a group of people and blaming it on immigration and other things, and a group of people who said, "Well, that's racist." And I think that everything in this country is great, and that immigration helped build this country. And so you got two differing sides who are just spewing hate at each other, but no side is actually listening to where the other one's coming from, and that's a frustrating thing because the issue never gets solved. Let's hear this though. These might actually be neo Nazis. Okay. Before we dive in, if you guys happen to enjoy, please don't forget to smash subscribe, give the video a thumbs up, and let's get right to it.
Good evening. 100 neo-Nazis hiding behind black masks have marched through the Bourke Street Mall, spouting hate and threatening violence. Powerless police could do little but follow the white supremacists who've declared Melbourne is...
Okay, yeah, these are neo Nazis. So these aren't this group of fed up Australians. These neo Nazis are why these group of fed up Australians are getting labeled and called certain things because of groups like this and people like this. And so now this whole group that has nothing to do with this one, yeah, it gets thrown in with this one, and they get so much hate too. And that sucks.
Becoming the Nazi capital of Australia. Crime reporter Gillian Lantouris.
Melbourne CBD at midnight, mirroring a bygone era.
Nah, that's crazy.
White supremacists take over the Bourke Street Mall, in their own words.
People say that Melbourne is the left-wing capital of Australia. It's becoming the Nazi capital of Australia.
Sadly, Victoria has become the hate state.
One man enjoying a night out had his phone smashed out of his hands.
It's not a peaceful protest at all.
While a 26-year-old was taken to the Royal Melbourne Hospital after spitting at the masked men before he was bashed.
I had an English backpacker. He came up to me. He's like, "Oh, it's my first night out here. Is it normal for there to be Nazis walking around?"
Police powerless, following the crowd through the heart of the city. The far-right group posting this video shortly after.
The police just had to accept our presence. They just simply have to accept the fact that we want to march and that we will march.
To see last night police pretty much having to chaperone the protesters because they can't arrest them. What's that about?
The group is spearheaded by neo-Nazi Thomas Sewell. They spent the night at the Phoenix Caravan Park in Ballan.
I thought spewing hatred was something that was arrestable, like in Australia. It was like, I know in the US, like that freedom of speech, you can say exactly what you want, no matter how racist, no matter how offensive it is to anybody. But I thought in Australia, and it may be the UK, I just thought in Australia, like there were laws against, like you have freedom of speech, there are laws against you, like hate, against spewing hate. Now, correct me on this. Am I right or wrong about this? Because it'd be crazy and I understand the officers. There's so many people marching, and I don't know how much you guys there is, but if there's not enough of you, then there's really nothing you can do besides try to protect the people that are watching in march, right? Try to keep them safe. But that's really all you can do if you don't have the numbers. And so I don't know that situation. I assume that's what happened. The officers were just worried about keeping everybody safe. And y'all talk to me. I'm intrigued.
A journalist and a photographer were allegedly attacked before the group picked up other members in Bacchus Marsh ahead of their national conference, where they were greeted with fierce opposition.
They're not nice people. We let them know that we know that.
The Premier condemning the group. Nazis don't belong in this country and they know it. That's why they hide behind masks in the dark. We're not afraid of these goons, but we will not tolerate them either.
We don't need to wait for another Christchurch to happen in our city to take this growing threat seriously.
While no arrests were made last night, Victoria Police says it respects the right to protest. However, racist, anti-Semitic or hate-based behaviour is not tolerated.
That's what I thought.
On
That's
the
what I
Premier
thought.
and the Prime Minister to outlaw any neo-Nazi and white supremacist organisations operating in this country.
They're organising a group of people to target individuals because of their background, and that should be illegal.
Gillian Lantouris is at State Parliament. Jill, the Premier says anti-vilification laws are coming.
Yes, Pete, they have passed in Parliament and will come into effect next month, meaning it will be a crime to incite hatred or threaten physical violence against someone just due to their background. But in December last year, the Premier came forward and said she would strengthen protest laws. She wants to abolish wearing face coverings or balaclavas during protests, which would mean police would have more power to arrest people like we saw last night. They all had their face covered. But this was 8 months ago and still no change. This hasn't been debated in Parliament yet. The state government says this will be debated by the end of the year, but there's certainly mounting pressure on the state government to act faster. Pete?
OK, thank you, Gillian Lantouris at State Parliament.
Yeah, I think when you're spewing hatred, it has to be stopped and it can't be tolerated, hatred being spewed. But I guess in a sense, they're just going to say they didn't spew hatred. And so without, I guess, video evidence, it really just, there's nothing you can do. But for any person to spew hatred towards another, I think it's just for the not for their actions, not for who they are, but it's for you to target or hate anyone based on their race. If that's the situation, that's absolutely disgusting. That's evil. And we live in a world where we have to all understand and cooperate with each other to make this world best for everybody. So, y'all talk to me in the comment section. I wanna hear what you guys have to say. If you enjoyed, please don't forget to smash that subscribe button. Give the video a thumbs up. Also, like I said, if you would like to support the channel further and there's videos that you would like me to check out, in the description section, there's a Patreon link, there's your premium request link. Hit either link, make a suggestion, and I'll get to it. I'll see you guys next time. I'm gonna let it go until 8 minutes because it helps me make a little more.